Yeah, Kirby taking over in the saddle, and Cozone, who had some good form during his time with Amanda Perry. I thought he'd go on to do more than he did, really, but he didn't over-race for them, and he had some good bits of form. The problem that he always seemed to have was at the start, as much as anything else, missing the break, but he was better away and then a little bit lit up by it at Wolverhampton last time out, Nev, but I suspect he's a horse that's got some handicapping potential and he's open to improvement.
Yeah, definitely. He's joined a good stable as well. Got a top jockey on board. Not that he hasn't been ridden by top jockeys in the past, but I think the step down in trip. He's been tried over a variety of trips. He's obviously been a tricky animal, but 10 furlongs is where he won his race at Sandown. He's back there today. He followed a 10 furlong win at Sandown with finishing last at Sandown. So he has had two ways of running in his career so far, but I don't know what he opened up last night, but he's been absolutely solid all day at a very short price, top weight in a handicap. He has got some informed horses to beat, but he ran an encouraging race, went back to favourite again last time, beaten 3.5 lengths in the end. I don't know whether he rates value or not, but he's certainly the most interesting horse in the race.
Yeah, I think he is. That Sandown win, when he did come home in front, worked out pretty well. He beat horses that went on to win on the back of it. James Ferguson's horses running well. They've had Mac the Knife winning a couple of races recently. Others have been hitting the frame, so you would expect him to turn up here in top form. I was really taken by Hotspur Harry and how well he just looked in himself in the paddock. His latest form came around Southwell when he had the cheek pieces on. He's likely to go forward. He just caught the eye as a horse that looked very, very well in himself.
Yeah, he's gone up £1 for that run, and previously been running himself down the handicap for this yard. I just don't know whether that form is as good as what Cozone showed, and we've got course specialists like Bayston Hill in here. I think he might just have to prove, and he's also seemingly got one way of doing things recently. He goes off and makes a running, and he could just set himself up. I know Fred made all the running today, but he could just be an easy target to pick off later on.
He's probably going to have visibility. He's quite keen as a rule, not giving him a moment's peace out in front as well, because that horse does tend to take a bit of a grip and cart itself into a prominent position. So it might just mean that they go a fair enough gallop. Voy looking to give Grace McEntee a double on the card. She's been running well for a good while, but off this kind of mark and isn't really getting any help from the handicapper.
No, but the stable are in good form. The jockey's obviously in good form. I think she could be one of the interesting outsiders. Bookmakers won't be welcoming each way runners when there's an even money favourite in a 9-runner handicap and 100 to 1 chance as well. But I think she could be one of those who could get in the frame at a price. Got the headgear switch, the cheek pieces and the tongue tie today. That might make a bit of a difference as well.
Good to chat to Richard Kingsgate after his previous winner, and he was just saying off air that he is keen to go on and win that all-weather jockeys championship, and why not? He's in pole position, and it'd be a bit of an achievement, which it would. So good to see the jockeys that get themselves in that position giving it a good go to go try and win it, and he's got a fair enough chance on Central City.
Yeah, it has. I think Central City is a very interesting horse, but wins when wanted, or when he wants to. I think he's been a bit disappointed since his last win.
Last one's in. Here's Alan for the last.
And they're off and racing. The journey's 1.25 miles for the tote at .co.uk, now never beaten by SP Handicap Stakes. And Bayston Hill is one of the first ones to show in the blue and white with those cheek pieces on. Voy is towards the inside. The green and yellow silks for her. To the outer is Hotspur Harry in the white and orange as they go up by the winning line. And it's Hotspur Harry who now claims the lead under Selma Grage. Hotspur Harry then racing on by a length over the improving visibility to the outside in the stripes. Moving by Voy. She's now placed in third. Bayston Hill is yet to finish out the first 3 in 8 runs over course and distance. Is racing back in fourth around the corner. and then Cashel and Cozone. Behind Cozone is Blousey, then Central City, the red and white, and at the back of the field in maroon and yellow is Connor Murter on board, Kentucky Kingdom. Over on the back straight then, about to race inside the final 6 furlongs. Hotspur Harry, the leader by half a length over Visibility in second, 2 lengths away, Voy in third, Bayston Hill in fourth. Then Cashel, who's in fifth in the yellow and blue. Cozone, the lighter blue jacket, a little wider on the circuit. Then Blousey and Central City and Kentucky Kingdom is whipping the field in. Racing on towards the end of the back straight, and Visibility under Luke Morris leading from Hotspur Harry, who remains very much prominent to the inside. Bayston Hill is next in third. Voy is in fourth, about 2.5 lengths away to Cozone and Cashel. Then Central City. Blousey has been ridden along. Kentucky Kingdom is still last of all as they make their way towards the final 2.5. To the outside, Visibility. To the inside against the running well is Hotspur Harry. Still every chance. A length down, then in third is Voy. Then Bayston Hill. Cozone is taking closer order in fifth, but pushed along. Next is Cashel, then Blousey and Central City and Kentucky Kingdom. They make their way inside the final furlong and a half. It's Visibility with Hotspur Harry coming back. Voy to the inside. Bayston Hill is digging in down the centre. Cozone and Central City are both looking to stay on. Visibility about to be joined by Bayston Hill. Out wider by Central City and Cozone. Hits the line. Central City up in time from Bayston Hill and Cozone between them. Then Visibility in the late running Kentucky Kingdom.
Central City comes late and fast down the outside, down in trip to win for Richard Kingscote. Double on the night for him in the final 2 races on the card, and he scored at 7-1 for the Ian Williams team, and typically travelled well through the race, Nev, but he's found lots to wear down a couple of them, including Visibility, who was in the perfect pitch really from Luke Morris, and I thought he gave him a really good ride, but he just wilted late on as some better fancied horses from the back of the field were coming down on him.
I agree. I thought Luke Morris rode a good race on Visibility. A horse was difficult to settle, and a slow pace wouldn't have suited him. But Richard Kingscote seems to have ridden exactly the same race on this as he did on Disarming in the previous race, and it's paid off. This horse is a much more regular winner than Disarming, obviously. I thought he'd been disappointing after his win at Kempton. I thought he'd kick on after that. But he certainly had the ability to win this. But with a short price favourite, he's probably, for punters who are loyal to him, he's gone off at a bigger price than people might think.
From the start and all the way to this point of the race, they still are now absolutely hacking. They're going no gallop. Really, it's hardly a race, is it?
No, it hardly is a race. So you've got a well-settled horse in Central City. Voy is doing a little bit too much. Visibility is running its same race. I don't think the jockey's entirely happy with Hotspur Harry. So maybe things have played into Richard Kingscote's hands. I don't know what to say about Cozone, because I don't think Adam Kirby could have been in any better position. But it seemed clear that he wasn't going to pick up.
He isn't far away, though, at the line, is he? I suspect he doesn't have quite maybe the tactical pace for this type of test as what Central City has got. He's a horse that's maybe just got a little bit more in the way of gears when asked, and I think everything really that Kirby has done has given Cozone the maximum chance from where he was in the race. He gets there, but he's just not able to quicken up in the straight quite as well as Central City off what is a real crawl in the early stages.
Yeah, no, I think you've summed it up really. Central City is clearly doing the last furlong faster than Ozone. It's just a matter of whether they can get to the others of Cozone. Sorry, but Kentucky Kingdom has run a typical race. He was too far out the back, running on to be fifth at the end. But he's a horse who doesn't win often enough. Bayston Hill, maybe the handicapper has just got him now for the time being, but he's run another good race at the track. Voy didn't settle on the inside. Grace McEntee stuck to the inside and was trying to make a run here, turning into the straight. Looked a promising one for my each way money, but wasn't to be in the end. The principals came wide and late. Is that old Cashel, the Mike Appleby running there, flattering, but just never.
Better pace than that to aim at, and this is a better race than what he's usually in. Yeah, Central City has gone on to score, give his rider a double, and after 2 winners last night at Kempton to end what had been a frustrating couple of weeks for Richard Kingscote, he's doubled up again late on the card here at Chelmsford, Stedo.
Are we doing one out there?
Yep.